Listen, y'all, you made the right choice. There was some sort of major choice or decision that you had to make recently, and despite whatever was going on in the situation that could have been making it a little bit harder for you to make the right choice or the right decision, you were able to listen to your intuition, your inner guidance, and you were able to make the right choice. Some of you all, this has to do with righteousness, doing something for the good, for the better. All right. Some of you all, this has to do with not listening to someone who could have been trying to mislead you, or who could have been trying to confuse you, or who could have been trying to make a situation intentionally difficult for you. All right? You are being protected by your guardian angels heavily at this time. All right? It's possibly because of whatever this choice or this decision is that you had to make. It might piss a bunch of people off. All right? It might make a lot of people mad. But you are on the side of righteousness in this situation from what I see, and you made the right choice or decision of some sort. For some of you all, you may have left an individual or stopped dealing with an individual or stopped dealing with a group of people or something like that because you may have felt that they weren't right, or they weren't good for you, or they did not have your best interest, or maybe you just felt like they weren't really for you. All right? And you're in a new situation of some sort, or you chose to move on, or you chose to go about things in your own way or do things in your own way. And what I'm seeing within the cards is that this is an absolute success for you. You may be so very happy that you made this choice or this decision. It was a major choice or decision of some sort. It may have something to do with continuing on with a plan of some sort that you had, or continuing on with something that you were doing. It may have had something to do with letting go of someone, or not dealing with someone, or moving on from a situation of some sort, or choosing to do things your way, choosing to listen to your own intuition, your own guidance about something that was going on. This choice or this decision that you just made is extremely, extremely valuable. All right? Some of you all, maybe you used to see someone as valuable or as worthy, or maybe you used to try to see the best in an individual, but the facts of the matter or the facts of the situation keeps showing you that this individual is not a good individual. They are not righteous, they are not good, or they did not have the best or good intentions in a situation or for you. All right? Your angels have been protecting you heavily at this time as you have made these choices and these decisions. Some of you all, this has something to do with you expressing your true thoughts or your true opinions about something or about a situation of some sort. It may have to do with something that was a conflict, or maybe another individual or another group of people had conflicting agreements or conflicting beliefs about something than you did. But whatever was going on in the situation, you were able to get rid of some sort of conflict, or maybe you were able to just not deal with the situation, or you made the right choice regardless of some sort of conflict of some sort. You were able to make the right choice or the right decision. Some of you all, this has to do with your divine purpose or a divine plan or a divine path that you have been on. You have been making the right choices and decisions that will help you continue to fulfill your divine purpose and follow this divine plan of some sort. All right. Some of you all could have chose to keep things simple, to keep, maybe this has something to do with individuals trying to convince you that you needed to do something different than what you're already doing, or they could have been trying to manipulate your emotions somehow, or you were able to overcome some sort of emotional manipulation. For some of you all, these individuals could have been trying to make you believe that they're really for you, or that they're really good, or that they are to be trusted, and they're just not. All right. Some of you all, this has to do with a new role or a new position of some sort that you have taken on, or that you are have been offered, or that the divine has put you on a path towards. All right. Some of you all may have had to overcome some sort of criticism of some sort by other individuals, or some sort of conversations that were intentionally done to try to make you doubt yourself, or to try to make you doubt your intuition, or to doubt the truth of what you know to be true, right? You were able to make the right choice, and you were able to recognize that you have the skills, you have the qualities that are needed to be extremely successful in this new role of some sort, or in this new position, or in doing this new thing. Some of you all, there could have been individuals who were trying to guilt trip you out of doing something that was best for you, that would better you, that would empower you, that would make your life tremendously better. All right. They may have been trying to convince you that you are not as valuable in a situation as you actually are, or they could have been trying to make you think that something wasn't as valuable as it actually was. Someone sees you as a powerful asset of some sort in a situation. All right. Some of you all, this could be a new role or a new position that you have taken on. These individuals see you as worthy, as valuable, as honorable, and they may even be the ones that want to protect you and want to look out for you and to show you how worthy and how valuable you really are to them. All right. Some of you all have had to deal with some sort of opposing viewpoints, or some sort of criticism that some individual could have been giving towards you. They were intentionally trying to make you doubt yourself, or trying to criticize you because they wanted you to not feel confident in some sort of choice or decision that you were making. They were trying to essentially cloud your judgment, so to say, but they were not able to confuse you. They were not able to keep you conflicted, or in some sort of conflict of some sort. You see, for some of you all, an individual may like to argue with you, or they may like when you feel like you have to constantly prove yourself to them, or when you feel like you got to constantly show them that you're worthy, that you're valuable, that you're honorable, that you're righteous, that you're good, that you can be trusted, etc., etc. And so for some of you all, what this choice was that you made had to do with you essentially not giving a flying fuck what these people think about you, whether or not they like you or they don't like you, whether or not they value what you're doing or they don't value what you're doing, whether or not they agree with some sort of role or position that you're in, whether or not they feel like you are qualified or skilled enough to do something, or to be respected or honored or cherished or valued or protected. All right. You may have been achieving a lot of success recently for some of you all. Whatever that means to you, it may have something to do with you feeling better, looking better, making more money, gaining more valuable opportunities. Whatever success looks like to you, many of you all have been achieving massive amounts of it recently. And maybe before you thought it was just pure luck, or that maybe you kind of are not used to being this successful, and so or you may not be used to things going your way as often as they have been recently, and so you may not have really saw it for what it really is. But the universe, it looks like, is rewarding you for essentially taking a risk to bet on yourself. All right. You may have betted on yourself. You decided to have faith in yourself, or to choose to do things your way, or to choose to believe your way. For some of you all, there are individuals who are outright they are not happy with the fact that they can't control you, or that they can't make you see things the way that they want you to see things, or that they can't make you see something as good that's actually horrible. All right. Or to see them as valuable and worthy when they're not. All right. Maybe before you may have saw these individuals this way, maybe because you weren't really looking at the situation as deeply as you should have been, or you may have been trying to give someone or a group of individuals the benefit of the doubt. All right. But it's very obvious that they're not good individuals, or that they don't have your best interest, or they are very manipulative, maybe even evil. It's not, something is not what someone wants you to believe that it is. All right. Or they're not who they want you to believe that they are. Okay. So you were able to fulfill some sort of obligations that you had successfully, and you were able to overcome all of what was going on in this situation that could have been intended to try to make it more difficult for you to do what is right in a situation. For some of you all, you overcame some sort of spell work of some sort of magic work. An individual or a group of people could have either done this on their own accord, or been paid to try to work some sort of magic against you, to try to confuse you, or to try to get you to see something the way that it's not, or to try to work illusions, or something like that. All right. For some of you all, these individuals could have been trying to give you a reason to stay in a situation, to not leave a situation. They could have been trying to convince you that something wasn't what you knew it was. All right. Yeah. So maybe they thought that if they would criticize you, or say crazy things about you, or try to play on your emotions or stuff like that, that you would bow down to them, or that you would believe something that they were trying to tell you, or that you would stop dealing with individuals who were really valuable for you, or who really had your back, who loved you, who cared for you, who genuinely were for you. Some of you all, these individuals could have been prejudiced against these other individuals, or this other individual who you have either decided to team up with, or who you have decided to work with, who you have decided to maybe even look out for, or to love on, or to trust, so to say. All right. So you were able to get rid of something that was not useful for you, or that was not working for you, or that was just causing things to go on in your life that you didn't want. All right. Or that you weren't about. You came up with a plan of some sort that is very, very, very successful for you. All right. Some of you all, you have a very unique perspective on different situations that is very valuable. And these other individuals who you may have stopped dealing with, or may have decided to move on from, or who you may have decided to not value as highly what they have to say about you, or what you're doing, or how you believe, they did not like this perspective, or that you were comfortable with thinking or believing in the ways that you did. The other individuals, these other individuals that love you, that value you, or that want to work with you or team up with you, or that see you as someone to be honored. All right. They love your unique perspectives. They love that you think different. They love that you do things different. They love how you are, who you are, what you are. And I'm sensing strongly within what the cards are saying, it's one man's trash is another man's treasure type of situation, right? Or one woman's trash is another woman's treasure. So for some of you all, these individuals who essentially what seems like were against you, could have been trying to convince you to be certain ways, or act certain ways, or think certain ways that would benefit them more than it benefited you. And it was for control reasons. All right. Others of you, you have, so these, or some of the same individuals, you have these other individuals who value that you can think for yourself, who value that you have these unique perspectives, who value that you're not just a yes man or a yes woman, who value that you have the ability to stand up for yourself. You're not afraid to speak out. You're not afraid to tell the truth. You're not afraid to go against mainstream, so to say, with some things, like as far as like mainstream ideologies, belief systems that really probably aren't the best sometimes to believe in or go along with, right? And they like the fact that you're able to change the way that you think about things, that you're not stuck on some sort of way of thinking or viewing things. If you recognize that maybe the way that you think about something is wrong, you're willing to change it. You're willing to think differently. You're willing to bring in new thoughts and opinions of some sort, right? You're not, so some of you all, you're not afraid to admit when you're wrong, all right? You could have been dealing with individuals before that they have a very, very difficult time admitting when they're wrong. They just do. All right. Maybe they didn't see how valuable you were in a situation of some sort. Maybe they didn't recognize what you had to offer. Maybe they thought that your abilities to see things from different perspectives, or your how different you were, etc. Maybe they just didn't see that as worthy. But there's another group of people who absolutely love that about you. They love that about you. They love that you're comfortable in your own element. You're not insecure. You're not a, so say, pick me, so to say, is what they call it nowadays. You're not someone who feels like you have to go above and beyond to prove yourself to individuals who, at the end of the day, probably could care less anyways, right? You like the simple things in life. You're not a complicated individual to deal with. You could have been dealing with individuals who tried to make you feel like you were complicated to deal with, difficult, basically trying to make you feel like you were the one that was wrong in a situation, or that you weren't good, or you weren't worthy, or something. So for some of you all, there could have been an individual or other group of people who were watching this, or who know that you've been dealing with this or dealt with this, or that you overcame this, and they could have offered you something that is like, wow, you know, they really like your hustle. Like, not to say that you're like hustling people, like as in like you're tricking people or scamming and scheming people. They like that you're a go-getter, that you're a hard worker. You're not afraid to take risks, so to say. You're not afraid to be different. You could be a trendsetter in your own right, so to say, or you could just be some of y'all are inventors or creative geniuses. Some of you all right? You're just different in an extremely valuable way. And they love this about you. They see you as an asset, not as a liability. Okay? You could have been dealing with other individuals who may have tried to treat you or make you feel like you were a liability when you weren't. All right? You have a lot to offer to people who are worthy of it. You could be very intelligent, very knowledgeable, very wise, very creative, very strong, very resilient. Yeah, I'm loving this reading so far for y'all, as far as all the good, right? So you may have decided to honor how you believe or feel in a situation of some sort. And this could have been the right choice or the right decision for you. All right. Some of you all could have been wanting to leave a situation of some sort, or let something go, or stop dealing with an individual or a group of individuals. But you may have been able to figure out a compromise of some sort, or like how to like work with the situation, but still get what you want out of it, right? Yeah. You could be attracting a lot of opportunities at this time, because individuals see that you have the ability to make the right choice, or they see that it's something about your character, right? Like who you are, they see that you're righteous. They could have been watching you for a while to see if you were worthy of something, possibly of an offer of some sort, or for some of you all, these individuals may want to invest in you. They may want to work with you, team up with you. Maybe even some of y'all, this is a relationship type of situation, romantic. Maybe they have romantic feelings for you. For some of y'all, it might not be business or career related, or you know, other things. It could be romantically related. All right, maybe you were in a relationship before where you felt like you couldn't express your true emotions or how you really felt about things, or else you would have to deal with not so good behaviors from others. Let's say it like that. All right. Maybe you felt like you couldn't be your true self, or that you felt like you had to walk on eggshells all the time around that individual or those people, or something like that. Okay. And for a little while there, you could have been experiencing things that kind of felt like why is it so difficult? It was because that was not a part of your divine path to deal with those individuals, but you may have thought that it was. And it's possibly because you were choosing to try to give an individual the benefit of the doubt where they didn't deserve it, and where it was obvious that they didn't deserve it. But because of the loving, kind, generous type of individual that you are, again, you were trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. All right. And you know, it is what it is, right? So when these individuals, or this individual, could have felt like they didn't have some sort of control over you anymore, or they couldn't gain some sort of control over you, or they couldn't make you be and think the way that they wanted you to be and think, okay, they started to show their true colors, so to say. They started to act how they really are, and the facade fell apart. And so it was quite clear and obvious that, because for some of you all, you could have been hearing rumors about these individuals, or others who have dealt with these individuals before could have tried to tell you about them, but again, you try to give them the benefit of doubt, some sort. Yeah. So you may have thought that you wouldn't be able to make the right choice or decision. You could have been nervous, like, what if these individuals aren't really bad as people may want you to think that they are, or may want you to see, you know, or as they may seem, etc. But some of you will actually pray to your ancestors, your angels, and your spirit guides to help you, and you were able to make the right choice of some sort. All right, you definitely were able to make the right choice. Some of you all, this could have something to do with a career path, or a project of some sort, or something that you were doing that required you to make a major choice or decision, and you had to rely on your intuition. Here. Yeah. So someone sees you as an ideal partner who makes them feel like their life is enjoyable, or who makes their life more enjoyable. And they're not afraid to show that to you. And they're not insecure about themselves to the point to where they feel like they gotta control their partner, or make them do everything the way they want them to do it, or try to lower their self-esteem and their confidence in themselves so that they don't feel like they can do better without them, type of thing. Like, this individual is not like that. All right. So for some of you all, these other individuals, if you stop dealing with them already, or this other individual, and you've moved on, or you moved out of some sort of role or position and you moved into a different one, they may see how well you're being treated, or how valuable you are. So for some of you all, they really couldn't see it before. And that's really crazy that it took you to go be appreciated by another individual or other individuals, or to stop doing something and move on and start doing something else or whatever. It's wild that it took them to finally see how valuable you are. But maybe that was something that the divine had worked out, because the divine knew that those individuals were not worthy of all the good and awesome and beautiful things that you may have had to offer or that you bring into situations. Yeah, maybe they weren't worth it, and that's why they didn't see your worth until the right ones were getting what they deserve from you, and the other ones no longer had access to something they should have never had access to begin with, right? Okay, someone really loves how good, yeah, they may love the way that you smile. Wow, they feel like you are, or they, like you're galactic of some sort, like, wow. They feel like something is way different about you than most other humans in this earth realm. And they absolutely love that about you. All right? It could be the way you talk, the way you look, the way you feel, the way you think about things, the way you see things. Maybe you have, again, you have unique perspectives about, possibly about what's going on in life, what's going on, what's the true nature of reality, existence. Maybe if this is a work situation, it's just the way that you see things is so valuable, is so awesome. Maybe you like to joke a lot and joke around, and again, these individuals may feel like they don't have to walk on eggshells around you. You can take a joke, you can, you're not all uptight and stuck up type of thing. They don't have to worry about, like, if this is like a spiritual thing or something like that, they don't have to worry about you like using magic of some sort or spell work or stuff like that to try to like manipulate them. For some of y'all, those other individuals that you could have stopped dealing with, or that you became aware of what their real goals were when dealing with you, they could have been trying to work some sort of spell work on you or some sort of magic on you to get you to stay in the situation, or to make you think that they're really for you when they really weren't, or things of that sort. All right? But whatever happened in this situation, it happened for the better. Okay? It happened for the better. Yeah, they appreciate your honesty, so they're not sensitive. You being, they'd rather you be, like, they can deal with people's honest opinions about them. They don't, their ego is not so fragile that they can't deal with criticism. And they love that about you, that you're able to deal with criticism. And if you know you're wrong about something, you will change it. You will do different. You're willing to admit when you're wrong. Let's say an example, like if you're in a conversation about somebody, you're just, having like a little debate or something like that. And let's say they make a statement of some sort and you're like, no, it's this. And they're like, no, but it's this. And they're actually right. And then they prove to you that they're right. Then you'll tell them, oh, okay, thank you. I didn't know that. Or wow, I was, you're not afraid to, yeah, you get what I'm saying. You're not afraid to admit when you're wrong. And they like that. You're not afraid. You're not selfish in ways that aren't beneficial. You're not, your self-esteem is not low. Maybe that's one of the things that they love about you, is because of some of the stuff that you've been through. They would understand if you didn't have good self-esteem, if you weren't confident, if you were all the bad things, they would actually understand that. But the way that you've overcome all the stuff that you've dealt with in your life and still managed to stay on top of your game is so inspiring to them. They love that about you. All right. You could have taken your power back from somebody, or you could have stopped helping someone or looking out for someone. You stood up against an individual or a group of people or something and said F off, essentially. Like you're not going to keep allowing them to treat you like you ain't shit, or to make you constantly second guess yourself, or to make you feel like what you have to offer ain't worth a fuck, right? Like that you're just not about to keep doing that, or you're not going to do that, right? And they really love that. Like your sense of self is they're saying it like this, that like you're so, the type of individual that you are is so rare that it's almost like you're like an extraterrestrial or something. Like, but they're joke, like it's a joke, like it's you're just different. So you could be gaining the justice that you deserve, right? Like things are going the right way for you, or going well for you, or you're starting to be rewarded by the divine and by the universe for these good choices and decisions that you have been making. Things are going really well for you in your life. And this could have been what these individuals were pissed off about or hating on or upset about, because they gain some sort of benefit from justice not being served, for things not being done right, or for people not making the right choices and decisions, or like maybe, you know, they bet against you. Maybe they bet against you. And so to preserve their ego, they're hoping that you're wrong, or they're hoping that something doesn't go in your favor, or they're hoping that you don't do better, or you don't do good. An example, without them, if you stop dealing with them, maybe they bet that you're gonna fail, you're not gonna do good, or maybe that's what they told you, or maybe they, like I said, they could have maybe tried to break you down or break your confidence down, or just, it was really ridiculous what they were doing. Okay, that reminds me, y'all have heard me talk about this before, all right? Y'all know Harry Potter is one of my absolute favorite movies. Okay, I absolutely love Harry Potter. That just reminded me of like the part where the boggart, they're battling the boggart, and they have to say ridiculous, ridiculous. Yeah, and basically it absolves of some sort of fear of some sort or something like that. So somebody could have been trying to make you fear doing what's right or what's good, but they were not successful. All right, your angels showed you, your ancestors showed you, your spirit guides showed you that they got your back, and you have an extreme amount of spiritual protection over you. So if they're feeling froggy, they can leap, but they're probably going to be boiled even if they think about leaping at you, because you're making the right choice or the right decision. Okay? You're doing what's right for you, what's right for your divine purpose or your divine path. And you're not about to be having people try to convince you otherwise, or try to shame you or make you feel fucked up for doing what's right or being righteous and good. They could have made you think that they're righteous or good, and recently you realize, well, not so much. So these other individuals are very appreciative of your honesty. They like the real you, the true you. Okay? Wow. So maybe this union or this partnership or these new individuals, was the divine actually brought you into their life or brought them into your life to show you what you deserve or what you're really worth. Wow. So they could have been telling your business behind the scenes to people, or telling people stuff about you that they shouldn't have told people. That could have been also how you recognized that they weren't really for you, or they really, you know, they almost to like try to make you feel like you couldn't speak up, or you couldn't tell the truth, or you couldn't, like they were trying to make you feel like you would be shamed, or if you made some sort of choice or decision of some sort. But God or the universe, something gave you the power that you needed to deal with this bullshit, all right, and overcome it. Okay? You could be an expert at something that you do, and you may have recognized that recently, or someone else has recognized or wants you to know that. Okay? Yeah, like I said, there was some sort of rumors or gossip of some sort. You tried not to entertain it, but it's obviously what it is for some of y'all. For others of you, they were gossiping about you or trying to spread rumors about you, or could have threatened you and said that they would gossip or spread some sort of rumors about you if you decided to make the proper choice or decision that was right for you. Wow. Yeah. So you're being influenced in very beautiful, awesome ways to do what's right, to do good, and you're doing the right thing. You're righteous in this situation. Wow. So for some of you all, an individual or a group of individuals, one of their plans when they were dealing with you was to make you feel like you had to rely on them, or to make you feel like you could trust them. And then you would rely on them for certain things that you should have been relying on yourself for. And then that would have somehow gave them some sort of control over you. All right. And it wasn't to help you. It was to try to have some sort of control over you. But you were able to see what the truth was. All right. So for some of y'all, this has to do with some sort of professional relationships of some sort, or a career path, or work, or something like that. Others of you, you tried to keep things cordial or professional, or, you know, if you decided to stay in that situation, you put up some sort of rules, regulations, or boundaries when dealing with them. Yeah, you don't trust their words or their actions. Wow. Or you no longer do, because you see what the truth is. Yeah. So you have possibly moved into a new environment of some sort, or taken on a new role of some sort that is having people admire you and respect you. Okay? Because they see you as worthy. They see you as honorable. Or that's what someone's wanting to offer you. And for some of you, well, you could have been wondering if you should accept that offer or not, because the same other individuals could have said the same thing or made you feel the same way, but they were not righteous, or they weren't good, or they were fronting, putting up a facade, an illusion of some sort. Yeah, somebody can't make you fear them. All right? Somebody's trying to play off some sort of fear, or hopes that you would allow some sort of fear to make you make the wrong choice or the wrong decision. For some of you all, these other individuals, the reasons why they were acting this way with you and trying to mislead you or get you to do what's not in your best interest, or to get you to see that people who aren't really for you, to make you believe that they were, things of that sort, is because essentially they're trying to be better than you, and they can't unless you self-sabotage. Wow. 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 So they could have been hoping that you would entertain some sort of gossip or rumors of some sort so that you would... It's almost like they told you something thinking that you would go tell somebody else about it, but it wasn't true, and they knew it wasn't true. Or like I said, they could have tried to make you feel like if you did what was best for you or what was right in a situation, they wanted you to be afraid of people gossiping or rumoring about you or something. Or someone try to intentionally spread a gossip or a rumor about you so that people would not trust you, or so that people would not see you as the righteous one in a situation. But somebody's willing to stand up for you. Someone's not about to let whoever these individuals are treat you like that or do you like that. Because you're needed in this world. You're an asset to the world. Wow. And they see you as an asset. They see you as honorable, worthy, as awesome, cool. They like you. They value you. Some of them even love you. And that's both romantic love and or what do they call it? Like love, like friendship type love. Team, like work, buddies type love. Wow. Maybe you're very, they like that you listen to them. They like that you're able to see things from their perspectives, or at least respect their opinions and their thoughts about things. Yeah, they like that you're not egotistical or narcissistic or like unempathetic. Yeah, they appreciate you when you listen to them because you're not judgmental. You're not overly judgmental. They feel like they can be their true selves around you, or like they don't have to constantly worry about things they would probably have to worry about with others. They don't have to worry about that around you or when dealing with you. They love that. They want to have fun with you, or they may be wanting to help you like overcome whatever it was you were dealing with those other individuals. So whatever happened in this situation, you gained a very valuable and beneficial lesson of some sort. You may be having more fun now. You may be feeling like you can be more of your true self. You're not suffering from like low self-esteem. Yeah, impressive abilities and skills. Somebody is very impressed with your abilities and your skills. But another or other group of people was trying to downplay it. So either you wouldn't invest more in them, or so that you wouldn't trust your skills and abilities, or so that you would think that you weren't as good as you actually are to keep upholding or uplifting another above you. All right? You're allowed to speak up. So it's like they were like trying to make you feel like you couldn't speak up about something, or that, you know, like if you have some sort of truth of some sort, they were trying to like make you feel like you couldn't tell it. When it's for some of y'all, it's actually a part of your divine purpose to do so. Or they wanted you to think that some sort of choice that was good for you was not the right choice. A powerful truth exposed. Wow. You're able to control your response to temptations. So these individuals may try to tempt you to come back into that situation or to do something that's not good for you. And you were able to overcome some sort of temptation of some sort. And this is making somebody else see you as like legitimately, truly valuable. They already knew that about you, but they're like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're happy that they had some sort of faith in you or something like that. Maybe they were nervous that you would go back to someone or go back to a situation that wasn't good for you after they maybe stood up for you or defended you or protected you or something like that. But they recognize that you're not dumb, you're not stupid, and you're not taking what they're doing for you for granted, so to say. Okay? So you may have chosen to forgive those individuals, but you're not being dumb about it. Like, you're not going to fall back into some sort of situation that's not good for you, or you're not, you learned your lesson. Let's just say it like that, right? You learned your lesson. So you were able to accept the reality or the truth of what the situation really is. And you were able to make the right choice according. Even if it may have taken you to overcome some sort of emotions of some sort. Or some sort of something that somebody was trying to do to make you fear making the right choice or decision. But you were able to accept the reality or the truth of the situation. This could have something to do with accepting the reality or the truth that your success may make that individual or another individual feel inadequate. But these new individuals or this new situation that you're in or whatever, your success does not make them feel inadequate. They love to see you successful, especially if they know what you've been through or how hard stuff was for you in life. Maybe, in your former years. Yeah. So you could be receiving a lot of support, a lot of encouragement, a lot of love. Or maybe that's what you prayed to the divine for. Or that's what you're not going to accept less than that. Yeah. So you're no longer looking for a congratulations or a big up or a pat on the back or I see you from people who don't care about you. These individuals showed you, these other individuals that you could have stopped dealing with or you moved on from or you're not putting on a pedestal anymore. They could have showed you that they don't care about you or they don't care about how you feel about something that they probably should care about. Or maybe they showed you that they empathized with others who were against you more than they empathized with you or what you went through or what you've gone through and dealt with. They really showed you that they're not worth something that you were offering them or that you were going to give them, or if you have some sort of gifts or abilities or talents or skill sets or whatever, they're not worth gaining from that. They're just not. And that's what the reality of the situation is, the truth of the situation is. So you've come to terms with that. You understand that, like, you get it. And you've made whatever choices or decisions are that you made. They could have been questioning your authenticity, whether or not you were being genuine, real, true. Is because they wanted you to go above and beyond to prove yourself to them. that you were good, that you were worthy, that you were, you know, because they gain from that. They benefit from that. They benefit from you doing more, showing more, proving more, loving more, being more kind, being more generous, being more thoughtful, being more loving. You deserve good things. Maybe they try to make you feel like you weren't worth better or good, or that you couldn't do better, couldn't do good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing somebody who's trying to play on your emotions, but they, like, you're able to control you're very emotionally intelligent, many of you all. Or you could have been studying emotional intelligence recently. Yeah, you refuse to accept less than what you deserve. And it just is what it is. And there's nothing fucking wrong with that. And that could have been what they were trying to convince you to be okay with, accepting less than what you deserve. So that they didn't have to do as much, be as much, show as much, give as much. Yeah. You have the bravery and the courage to speak up for what is right. And because of this, you're experiencing a lot of success and fulfillment. Maybe they knew that you would. Maybe they knew that you would experience a lot of success and fulfillment with what you were doing as a reward from the divine, as a reward from the universe. So they could have been trying to convince you not to do that, so that you wouldn't benefit, so that you wouldn't succeed, so that you wouldn't be prosperous. Wow. Wow. Yeah. You might think that somebody feels like, if this individual was doing you like that, somebody feels like they're a dumbass for that. Like they just messed up one of the best things that they could have ever had. Trying to like be stuck in their ways, or being egotistical, or trying to manipulate and use you in ways that you shouldn't have been, or whatever. Somebody else feels like they're a dumbass for that. Especially, it's probably this other individual, or like, that's crazy. Like, they didn't even have to do all that. They didn't even have to act like that. They didn't even have to be like that. Some of y'all, this happened a while ago, and the other individual that's like either sticking up for you or looking out for you, or who sees the value and worth in you, they know, like, they know that other individual ain't right, or something like that. So they know that you're a work in progress, or maybe that you're getting better, you're doing better. Maybe you're not as like wealthy as you would like to be, or as they are, or maybe you're not as you're still improving, right? You're getting better at something, and they're not shaming you for that, or they're not going to shame you for that, because they were in that position before. Maybe they weren't always as wealthy as they are, or as successful as they are, or maybe they've had to deal with similar things as you did, or something like that. And so they could be willing to deal with whatever comes of this situation to help you out, or look out for you, or to continue working with you, or to continue teaming up with you, or, you know. Yeah. Just make sure that when you show up for yourself, you show up and show out. You know what I mean? Like, you do your best. You do what you got to do. Or maybe you do that and that's what they love. They love that. Something about quality over quantity. So they value quality versus quantity. Somebody else could have been valuing quantity versus quality. or they were trying to convince you that you're not valuable because of something. But you have a lot to look forward to, a lot that's going to make you very happy. Somebody's perfect for you, or something is perfect for you. Something that you're doing, something that you're good at, or this choice or this decision that you made is going to allow something that's perfect for you to manifest for you, or for you to attract what is perfect for you, because you let go of what was not. Or you could be recognizing that something or someone is perfect for you, and other individuals were trying to convince you otherwise. Wow. Yeah. You're attracting, or have attracted, somebody who is considerate of your opinions, of your wants and your needs. They believe you, or they give you the benefit of the doubt when you need it, so to say. They're perfect for you. They can trust, like, an example, they can trust that when you say you're going to do something, or you're doing something, that you're actually doing it, or that you will. They love that about you. They like that you're a hard worker, or that you're not afraid of hard work, or that you got your own life, you got your own things going on. Yeah. So I just really like this new situation for you. It looks like it's one of the best situations that you've had in a while, or that you've ever had, or something like that. It's almost like you manifested a major goal of some sort. They may feel that way too. These individuals, or this individual that you could be dealing with or working with in this new situation, or whatever. But they show you that they value you. They show you that they like you, or that they care for you, or that they see you. They see you. And they care about how you feel. They're not unempathetic. I'm sensing for some of you all, though, this individual, or these individuals, they could be very nonchalant, or they have a different way of showing that they value people, or that they care for people, or that they appreciate what they do for them. You may be the type of individual that does not like to ask for help too much, because you don't like people to hold stuff over you, or try to use that to try to, like, trap you, or keep you stuck or stagnant, or something like that. They can sense that from you, or they know that about you, or maybe they like that you don't like to ask for help much, that you're independent. You like to do things on your own, so to say. You're not a super needy type of person, or type of individual. But maybe they are wanting to give you the help, or look out for you, or they will, because that's how they are. So it looks like if you were not feeling the greatest about this situation, like you didn't have high hopes or something like that, like you have high hopes now. Like you're really happy. Something is blissful, or just great. Maybe you didn't think that was possible, or maybe they didn't think that was possible. Maybe you're this for them. Maybe they've dealt with all this types of stuff too with other individuals, and you're showing them that they can trust again, or that they can that there really are people out there for them still, who will really truly value them, or appreciate them, and not for superficial type of reasons. Yeah, they know you did genuine stuff for people who switched up, or you did genuine stuff for people who could have switched up on you, or maybe these individuals trying to make you feel like what they were doing was genuine and real, and oh, now you're just gonna do, like, y'all. Yeah, you may have to let go, or you realize that you had to let go and move on from that, and that's what was the best. Okay, you deserve the best. Many of you all definitely deserve the best. You're not just being narcissistic or egotistical when you want to be given what it is that you give. You know what I mean? If you're going above and beyond or doing the best that you can, you want others to do the same. If you're giving love, happiness, support, your help, whatever it is that you have to offer that's of value, you're not wrong for wanting that in return. Or at least being appreciated for it, right? Wow. Yeah, some of y'all just overcame an energy vampire of some sort. You were able to let go of something that was trying to steal your energy, trying to steal your power, trying to steal your shine. Because they don't have barely any shine of their own. You learn from whatever these past mistakes were, or if things didn't go right, you learned from it. And that's one of the most valuable things in this situation. Yeah, those challenges made you stronger. They made you wiser. Yep. So your current situation is leading you to a major success. That may be how you feel. They like that you speak your mind, even if your opinions are not popular, or even if everybody else don't think or feel the way that you do. They like that. They love that about you, because they're probably like that too. Yeah, if you recognize that something that you believe is not good for you or not good, you're able to change your beliefs, and that's really powerful. You don't keep holding on to beliefs even though it's obvious that they're not good, or they're not good for you, or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're not using evil tactics, or you're not being evil to get what you want out of life or out of a situation or from others. You could have recognized that those other individuals were being evil to try to get something from you. But their type of evil is so slick and sly that it doesn't look like it. Unaffected by the negative judgments of others. Wow. Wow. Y'all, you're doing really, really, really good. You could be receiving divine signs or symbols from your guardian angels or your ancestors. Keep a lookout. All right, keep a lookout. They might be sending you some sort of signs or things of that sort to show you that they love you, or they're proud of you, or that they care for you, or to, help you move forward. Okay, you're very important to them. You're able to stay calm and composed even in difficult or frustrating situations. Or some of you all, that's something that your guardian angels want you to know, that would be very powerful and beneficial for you, is to stay calm and composed even in very difficult or frustrating situations, because these individuals may try to turn up on you. All right, they may just try to turn up on you, but I don't see you falling for the bullshit. I don't see you falling for the nonsense. I see you being able to continue to be the glorious, awesome, wonderful, powerful being that you are. Okay? Remember your divine purpose, especially in those frustrating or difficult situations. All right? Don't let nobody fuck that up for you. Okay? You're very smart. I see that that's something that these other individuals may not like, is when you see what's up, oh, you're on top of your game. You're on top of your game, and you know what you're doing. Okay? Yeah. So it looks like you chose to remain happy, joyful, uplifted, inspired, motivated, passionate. Okay? You're unbreakable. That's just what it is. All right? You may not even look like what you've been through. It's because of the ways that you're able to deal with these situations. But somebody knows what you've been through. And they're not about to let somebody just treat you like you ain't shit. Yeah, compromise that benefits those in the situation. Refuse to let them treat you like shit. Yep. So I see you very excited and very happy to move forward in this new situation. You're feeling like you can be as free as you want to be, or as you can be. Others may inspire you to be that way and motivate you to be that way. There's people who really appreciate hearing your opinions and thoughts about things or about a situation, or they really love the way that you think. Like the way you think is very valuable and different. And they love it. They love it. Yeah. So maybe your self-esteem has improved tremendously. Okay? Your self-confidence, your self-worth. Maybe you've improved your skills, your abilities. You've been investing more in yourself. Okay? You could be looking younger than you actually are. Or you look way younger than your age. It's because you try to stay as happy and full of joy and love as you can, and you treat your body with respect. You love your body, you care for your body, you do well for yourself. Yeah. Basically, they're seeing that if there was some sort of rumors going on about you or some sort of gossip, it wasn't true. Some sort of not so good rumors or gossip about you, it was not true. Wow. Even though other individuals were fake and phony with you, or not real or not true with you, you continue to stay genuine, true, and real, but you're just not going to be given power or all kinds of stuff to people who don't deserve it. You're just not. Okay? So don't be hard on yourself, especially if you just recently realized that, the situation is what it is. Yeah. Make sure you're giving yourself positive, beautiful affirmations, that you're not beating yourself up, okay? And it's okay to not be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Sounds like somebody's trying to make you feel like you had to be perfect, and you don't. They're not even fucking perfect. So how the fuck they're going to expect you to be perfect? Like, what? That's the real, like, what? Yeah. So you're being real particular about how, where, and who you spend your energy with, Wow. Wow. People you love you also. That's awesome, y'all. I'm so happy for y'all. All right. Try to stay in the attitude of gratitude, being thankful for all that you have, right? Be honest, be truthful. Yeah. So it looks like you guys are focused on reaping a beautiful harvest of some sort. I see y'all gonna be happy. Ooh-wee. All right. Yes. Good work, y'all. Good job. Good job. Wow. Wow. So keep listening to your intuition, y'all, because it has not failed you from what I see. The choices and decisions that you're making are very, very powerful, and you can trust yourself. With that being said, I will see y'all in the next reading.